Welcome to the 24 T2 tournament for Lime War. This is round 2 with Daseabneren versus T. Now if you want to see all of the final stage of the tournament that we'll be covering, feel free to check out the playlist in the description below. If you're watching this early enough, then not all videos will have been released yet, so feel free to subscribe and click the notification bell so you can be notified when they do release. And for now, let's check how these two players start their game. Okay, so here we have T. He's starting with 2 airfields, a factory, and if you notice he crossed the water there, which allows him to get an energy well in the water straight away if he needs to, and actually he's got a 3rd airfield now as well. So he's got access to 2 energy wells, which he's definitely going to need if he's running 3 airfields at the beginning of the game. Now it looks like Daz is negating any idea of creating any ground production at the moment. He may be predicting that T started on the island with the city on the other side of the map, but actually T's very close to him right now. But this does allow Daz to expand the map a bit better, but he may struggle to hold the island he's on. But only time will tell, so let's get into it. So yeah, as you can see, T has crossed the island with his starting locations. He's going to be able to get this island for free, pretty much. And just in case you weren't aware how close they were, Daz is in range of all 3 of these airfields here, and is connected by this land bridge. And without land production, he's going to struggle at protecting this area. So we got 2 helicopters up and running, but T really needs to work on getting this economy up to try and sort out these energy wells. Daz over here is setting up an energy well already, and he's got 3 neighbours. I wonder, he's quite close to the water here, but he's already figured that out. T's already setting up a defence here in case the Navy cuts through in this section here. Though he has just deleted it, so maybe that will be something that happens later. He's got potentially 2 spaces there for artillery. They have met each other now. T is on the retreat as Daz has more infantry here. It might be better to retreat into this forest just on the edge and set up a defence there. You could probably hold off a lot better with infantry there. Though in response, we do have a lot of helicopters moving in against these infantry, and T is advancing his infantry forward as well, but Daz has taken over this island over here. He's got 2 groups of units expanding up in the north, but Daz knows exactly where T is now. He's setting up his own defences now. So they're digging in, and because we can see the helicopters, I imagine Daz is going to be switching into anti-air ships. The missile ships. The helicopters are on the move once again. They're going to tear through this defense probably. But I'm going to be keeping an eye on T's energy. He's got an energy well in the water already. We've got commandos on the move as well. So those commandos are going to be trying to expand the map for T. So he won't need a navy if he can get some commandos out there. But he is in the corner of the map. So the commandos are going to be a little less effective there, as their range won't quite get as far. We've got the missile ships trying to rush in against these helicopters. Because they have to land near the water, these missile ships might be able to reach them on the ground there. And we have an interceptor coming out, so Daz has seriously adapted to this. The helicopters are in the air, the missile ship is under fire now. It probably will go down, but another one's coming in. It doesn't go down, he does save it. But now the missile ships are getting up close onto this coastline. If they can see it, they can't. But it is now in the air, so he can see it. And he shoots it down almost instantly. And he's bringing his interceptors in on the right-hand side. And that's going to cut off this route here that T has now retreated away from. And is going to be bringing his helicopters in. And that is almost perfect timing. But they're on a blue command. That would have been even better if it was on an orange one. But he actually might end up taking on this. No, it's going to just come back. There we go. I think it's just going to fly by and scout the area. Those helicopters are going to push in instead, though. And he's bringing in his helicopters on this side to try and focus their missiles on the helicopters themselves. And we do have a factory being produced there now. So that's going to be building up some SAM units to help against the air units that are being played. Commandos have dropped in on the island over here where Daz is expanding to as well. Just trying to keep an eye on what else is going on the map. I mean, T did expand over here, so he's got potentially a city available to him later on. And T has broken through the defense on this section right now. The cruisers are going to come in and try and cut off the area here. He's got cruisers on both sides, and this choke point might actually end up being protected simply by Navy. The interceptors are taking out helicopters on the right. Missile ships are protecting from the left. But there is a fair amount of helicopters coming in. And T does have the ability to run those helicopters for quite a long time. And without protection, these cruisers will not last long against those helicopters. But it looks like protection's actually being called in now. And the interceptors are attacking the helicopter. Unfortunately lands right next to pretty much the danger zone. As missile ships and interceptors come in and deal with everything they can. The SAM are being pushed in as well. This battle, strangely, has been mostly in the air, despite it being probably considered a Navy map. But yet, both players connected by a land bridge, they both decide heavy focus. Well, mainly T focuses a heavy decision on air, and Daz is focused mostly on Navy, at least. But now that Daz has realised what's going on and has been able to defend against it, he's got a fair amount of units coming down. He's got a good production there. He's also still trying to expand to other locations. That is connected to where T is as well. And also up here, T is trying to set up some outposts and push through this section here with Daz. So everywhere they've expanded to so far, they are both connected to each of those islands. Cruisers, interceptors taking on a bit of a dogfight over there as well. An interceptor versus striker being supported by missile ships. That striker's going down. And over in this section, the infantry are pushing in against SAM. There's one artillery there, which probably will take out those infantry. At least for now, but the cruisers have come into this section here now, and they're going to be able to potentially even reach this energy well. I think it was just checking. Didn't see if he could target it. He definitely can. That's definitely close enough. He's got commanders on this island. That'll give him a bit more eco, but it looks like he has given up the game. That was a very short match. Unfortunately for T, he just wasn't able to keep that choke point in, but he did have a good plan in mind. But Daz adapted very well. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe, and there are 2 videos on screen right now. Feel free to click on one, and I'll see you there.